Another incredible season of the Races Recap. I am stalling to make sure that we are live at some point. It looks like we have been live for 6 seconds. But
watching the YouTube and I don't see anything yet.
Okay, well, sometimes things work out, sometimes things don't. If you can hear me and you can see me, say hey there. What do you say there? All right, a little bit of echoing. Okay, I can fix the echoing. I'm not worried about that. Okay, let's do that.
That could have been me.
Oh, I see some movement.
All right, cool. There we go.
There.
All right, so let's turn this guy down. Yeah, now I should be good. No echo. Should be fine. All right, let's do it. Welcome to the season 35 cast assessment for The Amazing Race. It is back. Jen, James Earl, welcome back. I love you guys. It's the best time of the year. How are you?
Been doing good. It's a long time since I've seen y'all. I've really missed y'all.
I know.
Yeah, it's like you guys forget about the rest of the crew and go back to your busy lives of doctoring and momming and stuff, And Joey,
well, it is hard to be a mom.
Yeah,
it's very, very hard.
Yeah, it's hard to be a doctor. So
it's hard to be a doctor. That is the knowledge you get when you watch the Racers Recap. You don't get this anywhere else. Nobody dropping gems like that. Come on.
That I'm a doctor? Yeah. No, on the TV, I was just a dickhead.
Welcome. Yes, Joey is in a hot tub somewhere with Brett LaBelle rubbing his feet or something, from what I heard. I don't know.
Brett LaBelle's a taken man. He's got to be careful.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It's all over TikTok.
I think Joey has always got a special place, in the Brett, probably I can, the top 3 cheat list or whatever. He's probably on a permanent cheat list. Speaking of cheat list, Jen, do you and your husband? No, I'm just joking. Okay, so we got a bunch of teams this season on The Amazing Race that are very interesting. We have more teams this season than we've ever had on The Amazing Race. We got a lot of firsts. We got a lot of mosts. But what we don't have is a lot of information on each of the teams. So I'm trying to drag it out a little bit so we have at least 12 minutes of content for this podcast. No.
Can I start off with my disclaimer for this show?
Get it.
Because yes. I despise this initial cast assessment show.
Yes.
Because for personal reasons, right? So when all the podcasters were recapping our seasons, everyone looked at me and mom were like, oh, absolute joke. First out, not going to finish anything, may not leave the country.
Yeah.
So I hate these sessions. So any current racer, future racer that's watching these sessions, we know nothing about you. We are making snap judgments on literally your age, your career, and 30 seconds of dialogue. So we may be very, very wrong with this. And I can't wait till we can start judging you on how you race.
Yeah. Because last season, it was the worst that we've ever done as far as casting or predicting. We were absolutely terrible.
We're not doing much better this time around.
And that's because we got no information. We have zero information. But we're going to do our best because we are professionals and we are the best at what we do. So if anybody can do it, it's going to be us. And I trust that Jen has put in hours of studying while got the baby sleeping on your chest, breastfeeding, out there bike riding and skiing with the breastfeeding and one on your back. Yeah.
Exactly.
And James Earl, I know you were studying while you're sitting there giving COVID shots and whatever else. No, I don't.
Well, I do think that's what a doctor does. Come to the clinic, get your shot.
I don't know. If you watch TV, it's all about vaccinations. That's all doctors do these days, vaccinations. All right, but we are back. 90-minute episodes. What are you most excited about? There's so many things coming back this season. What are you most excited about, Jen? This season, what are you most excited about?
I'm excited that there will be a fast forward and a U-turn back in play. I just feel like, especially with having no non-elimination legs, you're missing a little bit of an element of surprise. So it'll be nice to have something that'll keep you on your toes, trying to figure out what's going to happen. So, yeah.
James Earl, what are you most looking forward to?
I love on paper this cast. Like you have a really wide range of ages from like 21 to 54, tons of backgrounds all over the country, a lot of different relationships, and a ton of family teams, a ton of them. So I'm like super excited just for the cast itself.
Yeah, the cast looks very interesting. There's a lot of male teams, a lot of female teams, and the male female teams are not like boyfriend and girlfriend as much. They're more related. I think this cast is going to be good. The 90 minutes till we can get to actually learn more about the cast is going to be phenomenal. So we're going to have a lot more information, a lot more to talk about. I don't think that the format of the show is going to change at all. I mean, it's going to still be like.
But they knew like this season was filmed when they knew that they were going to have 90-minute episodes, right? So they could like fill in and do some more challenges.
They could. Yeah. I just assumed they would just add more of the drama like the other shows have. Every other show has so much drama between the teams and the players, and this is the one show. Yeah, this is the one show they cut most of that out because there's so many good challenges and there's so many good travel like shots. So they cut a lot of that out.
Yeah, I prefer them to do more challenges and let the drama like organically happen, because drama's going to happen with these challenges. You're tired, you're sleepy, you're running around the world, you don't know where you're at.
Airport drama is back. Come on. The number one thing I'm looking forward to is a little more airport drama, a little more skills, getting in and out, doing a little parlay, getting in there, getting in the front of the planes. I love that. Getting lost inside of an airport. An airport is huge. So many people have gotten lost just in the airport itself. And I love that drama that happens inside of an airport. So I'm really excited to see that come back. That's my thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm hoping with the 90-minute episodes that you will have a little bit more of that. But even if you don't end up with more of the airport drama, at least you're not going to have the like group start thing anymore. Because I just I was not a fan of the like
group starts.
Yeah.
All right. Benjamin said that Elise mentioned they are adding more tasks and route markers to each leg in an interview with Mike Bloom. Nice. U-turn is back. There is fast forwards are back, U-turns back, airport drama's back, no non-elimination legs.
That's rough too, because they should go in knowing that, right? So like you can't mess up.
Yeah, 13 teams. Sorry. They do know. Yes, because if you watch the first 3 minutes, the first 3 minutes is out right now. If you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. You can go watch the first 3 minutes of the season, which we did, and then they do tell them then that there is no non-elimination legs this season. All right, so let's get some of the things out there. I'll throw a bunch of stuff out. You guys could just stop me and talk about any of the topics that seem to hit. All right, season 35 of The Amazing Race is technically season 36. If anybody cares, it was filmed as season 36, but is airing as season 35. There are mega nerds like me and a couple of the other ones who are like, oh my God, but 99% of the audience genuinely.
They will have their time, but I feel kind of bad for the mysterious original 35 cast, because they're like itching to see it.
Well, not that. The winners are itching to get paid because they don't get paid till it airs. So you got $1 million for like 3 years sitting there doing nothing. It's like, can I get some of it?
$1 million is worth less every year too. So.
Yeah, you're damn straight. Hopefully it's earning something. All right, so let's see. They will first time it's 90 minutes. The Express Pass is back. U-turns, no non-nominations. First season to visit Slovenia. First season to feature 13 teams. Most number of sibling teams with 4 sibling teams.
There's 7 family teams total. So 7 of the 13 teams are related to each other, which is crazy. Most seasons, like I think our season had a lot, and there was 3 of the 11.
Yeah.
So 7 out of the 13.
I like that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 3 parent-child teams.
Yeah.
We barely, like I don't know of a season where you get more than 2.
Ever, yeah.
And there's 4 female teams.
Yes.
Love that.
4 sibling teams, 4 female teams, 5 all-male teams.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting things happening. This is the 3rd season to visit the state of Washington. First season to bring back the Express Pass since 29. That's not a big deal. U-turn was last used in season 32. 4 contestants. This is just odd. There are 4 contestants among these teams with the last name of Franklin.
All right.
There's Greg, John, Morgan, and Lena. And this is also the first season to feature 13 episodes since The Amazing Race season 10. And the first place that they're going west. I mean,
how are there 13 episodes? Wait, pause for 1 second. How are there 13 episodes?
How are there 13 episodes?
There's 13 teams.
Correct.
Yeah, shouldn't there be 11?
There's no non-eliminations. It should be 11.
Right, but they're gonna do like a
like a to be continued race. Like
yeah, they're gonna keep on racing. They're gonna call.
There are non-elimination legs then.
I don't know. I'm not 100% confirmed on that, but from the 13 episodes, that's what it sounds like, right?
There has to be. Like there's 13 episodes.
So there'll be 2 keep on racing legs.
But I count those as non-elimination legs.
I do too.
If we don't, then Mom and I were never at a non-elimination leg. But we were.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
What is chat thinking? We are going to Thailand first. I love when they go west. This really puts teams like you're already like in a shambles because this is your first country you're going to, and then when you go to like the Asian countries first, when it's just the most confusing it's ever going to be on the race, and this is like your first places you're going, I think that just adds a whole nother level of just like paranoia and lostness. What do you expect from the teams heading to Thailand first?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think, we went to Thailand numerous legs into the race, and to be in a country that doesn't speak as much English and the alphabet isn't like a Latin based language can be so overwhelming right off the bat. So I think that's gonna definitely trip some people up.
I totally agree. Those Asian legs on our season were the toughest, and they were late in the season, so you had some experience.
Yeah,
but like it's a shock in general, no matter where you start. But like I can't even imagine adding that on top of it.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah, that just adds. It's like these little things that people just don't think about that could add so much to the drama, or so much to the possible outcome. One of the best teams in the race could be eliminated because this is going to be the time when they're shook, just like we were. Like we got shook. We didn't. Fast forward, and then what? Oh God, that's it. We're done. We just got fortunate that somebody can't put a puzzle together for like 8 hours.
And out together in 7 minutes.
I know you guys rocked. That was not my thing. You guys smoked.
Also, to go back real quick, chat is saying that they consider them meta legs and not continue on racing legs.
Okay,
right.
It's the same damn thing, y'all. Like you end up all meet and fill at a single spot where he gives you the next clue to tell you to keep going. And I know there's 2 detours and 2 roadblocks. That's the same exact thing that we did in Paris and then in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But you're not racing to a pit stop is the only difference, right?
But you still meet Phil. Like last season they met Phil on the bus, and like they sat down and had tea and then got their clue.
Yeah.
And they didn't know that there was a medal edge. They just showed up thinking that they were at the pit stop.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some of these teams and see what we're thinking about. I think overall that this is going to be a really entertaining season. I love the fact that it's 90 minutes. I don't love that it starts at 9:30. It's pretty late for a family show, but people will already be halfway hooked in from that half hour. Maybe all little Survivor fans will stay.
That Butts About to Survivor helps.
So hopefully that'll give us a nice boost, and then we can start to get more people representing on the challenge, like Jen.
Oh, Jen would destroy the challenge.
I'm pushing hard for Jen to get on the challenge.
You should have already been on it.
That'd be fun. Sign me up.
I think, I'd love to see you represent. I'd love to see you represent.
The women would be terrified of her. Like the woman going up against her at the final, like the elimination thing to the end of the episode would be terrified to be against Jen.
Get up in that hall brawl and grab them.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. All right, so here we go. Let's get to some of these teams here. What do we represent? We got this big squad here. This is a big squad that I'm looking at. Let's see. Put this guy's over here. All right, that's a big squad. All right, so let's move to the first team we got. Who do we got? It's not.
Where are you starting?
You know in your order, and I'm gonna have to go through my notes because I do not know their names very well yet.
Okay, so we got Alexandra and Sheridan. Is that's what these guys look like? I'm still getting them. Yeah, this looks like Alexander.
One of the sibling pairs.
Yes. Okay. So Alexandra is 34, Sheridan is 29, siblings and roommates from Chicago, Illinois. You know, I'm getting just looks. Like Alana, Leo, and Elena, like vibes. But
Except they're not dating, but yes.
What do you think? Anything that you know about them that's going to stand out and make them one of the best teams that we are going to see this season? Alexandra and Sheridan. What do you think? Nobody.
Nothing exemplary that is jumping out.
Yeah, I don't know
how these things can go. But yeah, I just feel like they're going to be like pretty status quo, middle of the pack. Like they'll do okay because of their age and intelligence, but I don't sense like any kind of grit that's really getting them the whole way.
Just another. I mean, it's going to be a fun team to watch, but I don't see anything that says winner. I don't see anything that says this team has got a little something extra. When there's 13 teams racing, I'm looking, especially when we only have this much, you got to look for something that gives a team an edge. And I don't see anything from this team that's going to give an edge just yet. Is there anything that you noticed, James O?
I think this is the team that's going to just fatigue very quickly. I bet you this is one of the teams that like hits the ground running and then just stumbles hard and then just does not recover. Like I see them as an early out, and trust me, I hate this episode, y'all. I hate it so much. That's what my gut is telling me.
My gut's telling me that Ray Fletcher needs to be on The Amazing Race someday because not only is he an awesome fan, but if he won, he would tip even more than $20 because he's already not even a winner, and he's throwing $20 jammies. Thank you for the first super chat of the season. You are a gentleman and a scholar, regardless of what James Earl says about you. All right, so I think they're going to be cute. I think they're going to be fun to watch. Again, we'll do at the end top three, bottom three, middle of the pack. Right now, we're just kind of giving a couple, little tidbits, little heydays. Here we go. This is the Philly team. This is the Philly Johns. I hate that word so much, John. But these are two mamas from Philly representing. They have zero chance at winning, but they're going to be fun to watch. I believe this is Meliana and Andrea. Meliana and Andrea, 44 and 45. A tax examiner technician and the director of credit management. So not the most exciting jobs. Nothing that would give them an edge job-wise. Physically fit. Don't look like the most physical fit team. Age-wise, on the older side. I don't see anything that would say that they're getting past week 1 or 2. I don't.
If they're going to make it far, they're going to have to play it smart for the reasons that you said. So they're going to have to figure out how to cut corners on the system to kind of get an edge. That's how, if they're going to do well, that's how they're going to have to do it.
What do you think about the Philly Johns there, Jen?
In an interview, Andrea talks about the slow and steady kind of thing, which I think for this team could end up working against them because I think you need to have a little bit of fire in there. So I don't have a lot of faith in them going the distance. I hate seeing, I'm like James Earl. I feel like especially for the female teams, at any time I don't think someone's strong, that I have to disclaimer it because I
here's the
no information.
Yeah, and here's what I hope. I hope the people that we rip into tonight, they blow us out the water. I hope these are the top 3 teams, and we're well, damn, we suck. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm not. I hope I'm always right, so we could have some sort of credibility. No. But come on, that just fits my personality.
Well, after week 1, let's make some predictions, and then I think we'll have some credibility.
After week 1, we'll get to see.
They did mention having one of the teams that they want to model after are Uchenna and Joyce. So I can appreciate that, because I think some of the references for a lot of these teams are more recent seasons. And so the fact that they know older seasons gives me a sense that maybe they know the race a little bit. If I'm trying to find
all right
good in there.
Okay, so the older team, so they've been watching for a long time. Maybe they got some knowledge.
I will say though, Uchenna and Joyce were not a slow and steady type team. They were a fiery team.
Yeah, they were pretty aggressive. They were like
hard.
Right.
They were playing
Right.
to win. They weren't just playing to get to the end. They were playing to win. Yeah, the big lady's gonna slow them down. Somebody said, "I'm sorry." Yeah, that happens. I mean, that is one of the things, but that is such a small part of the race, though. That how often is that really a foot race going to determine things? I mean, it happens a couple times in the history of the race, but you know, there's a lot of different ways that they can make up for that being slow.
Yeah, the physicality is so much more important in today's race. So
not giving up though, just like that, not quitting is going to get you through most things. Bottom three. So
yeah.
We'll see. All right, so we are going with Elizabeth. This is Elizabeth, and who's Elizabeth's friend here? I didn't label these that well. Sorry. Elizabeth, Ileana. Elizabeth and Ileana, mother and daughter from Tampa, 52 and 27. Go, Mom. You look great for 52.
It's amazing.
It's like almost the same age me and Mama racing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that is incredible. Mama looks great, and they could be, I mean, they're pretty much identical. Just with a little more weight,
yeah,
like a little more age, a little more weight, and that's Mama. It's like she's gonna be exactly like her mama. Same height, same smile, same hairstyle. That's the only problem with teams like this is, okay, are they exactly the same? One's just young and one's just older. Like that, the same skill sets, having the same skill sets is usually not the best tactic. So, and mom-daughter teams are it's very tough on a mom-daughter team.
Typically do not do well. Mother-daughter teams don't. Of the parent-child like duos, mother-daughter are by far the worst.
Yes.
Mom's a retired lieutenant, though.
That's true.
She's tough. Tough lady.
Yeah.
But that may work against them, because I say this every season. What makes the powerful combo of the parent-child team is when the parent can step back and take their child as an equal during the race.
That's true.
And Lieutenant Mom may have an issue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, retired lieutenant, and daughter is an entrepreneur. That's going to be interesting. I would like to see them do well. I don't have high hopes for them. I don't see too many things that stand out that say these guys are going to win the race. There are.
What would we see at this point that would stand out? I mean, it's so hard because we're working off of so little energy.
Of course, but that's why we get paid the big bucks. Like I made what $1.17 last week, so like
damn,
you know what I mean? Like if one day like you can just get on here and have the accurate predictions like we do, you can get $1.17 too. Like, kids, don't give up on life. All right, speaking of two people who are going to do well, I think this team is going to do very well. This is the first team that stands out to me a little bit, Greg and John. This is Greg Franklin, John Franklin, 25, 27, New York City. One lives in Cali, one went East Coast, one went West Coast. Normally, a lot of the things you grow up in the same environment, the same thing, and like brothers of around the same age, usually the same thing. But obviously, one went East Coast, one went West Coast. Two totally different vibes, like life vibes in general. Thinking that might be something that could help them because it seems like they have a very different style / personality. One's got that beard, one's clean shaven, one's cool, one's like the smiley guy. I don't know. I'm getting pretty good vibes from Greg and John. What are you guys thinking about Greg and John? First team that stands out to me. James Earl, Greg.
I think this is the team that you want to U-turn, right? So when you're in the pre-production side and you're just like staring around at everyone, you're on ice and you can't talk, and you're like, that's the team we're gonna have to U-turn right there. That's the one that's gonna be trouble. That's what I feel when I was like, when you look around at this cast. That
makes sense. Greg and John, that software developer and a product manager, so it doesn't seem like their jobs will help too much. Jen, what are you looking at? Is this the team that you would probably get U-turned, so they're not going to make it?
They didn't jump out at me in the same way that they jump out at you.
Okay.
But I could see the argument. I think they're going to kind of fall a little flat was my instinct
Okay.
initially, but I do think, I think that they're fit. I think that they're intelligent. Software developer types can be a little bit too black and white in their thinking, which I think can sometimes work against you.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't have them in the top 3.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if they can get past the performance challenges. I feel like the male partners, they have to be able to get past performance challenges, right? They're going to be able to muscle their way through any of the get shit from here to here type challenge. But the performance is where the male teams typically struggle. That's the first time we saw Tanner and Josh struggle on our season.
Yeah.
Was that on the wall tango?
Yeah, they did. Tanner was struggling. He did a lot better than expected, but he did struggle. Let's get to it. Let's get to the older team here, the team that people always underestimate. This is Jocelyn and Victor. Now, when you look at Jocelyn and Victor, they're 49. They're both 49. They are married entrepreneurs from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Big smiles, team love. First thing you notice is they're a little older. I can't see them winning the race.
No, but this is going to be a team that breaks my heart when they're eliminated. I feel like we're going to grow to love them.
They're going to be the team we love and just kind of root for to just sneak by and finish 7th just so we can see them. Oh, I hope so. They look like a very happy couple. He's posted some funny stuff on Instagram already, doing some TikToks with him lifting gallons of milk and watermelons and things like that. But he seems really very funny, very nice, but I just don't see.
I want to know your thoughts, Jen.
Great races.
I see them.
Well, I feel like this could be one of the, because on the surface, I look at them and I was like, there's just no way. And even in terms of their energy, they just seem like they're going to be on vacation from their work and having a good time. But I, at the same time, feel like this could be one of those teams where the accidental slow and steady just sort of works out and they end up making it pretty far and just completely surprising us. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. They're kind of like this wild card for me that could totally surprise us.
And I feel like I'm a little biased with them because Victor actually followed me on Instagram. I was like, who is this? Because some random person just followed me. So I clicked on him and then I figured out who he was. So I started going through his Insta, which is connected to his TikTok. And he has so many cute TikToks of them training for the race. It's like Justin said, they're tossing watermelons in the store. And it's just super cute shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
You want them to go viral.
Yeah. Well, and with Kim and Penn, in terms of age, they seem generally fit, especially for their age.
Yeah.
But and I don't know. I think that kind of redefined what this category of casting could potentially do. So I'm not totally writing them out, but initially I'm they're first gone, and I was like, I don't know.
Wow.
I hope they're not first gone. I really think we're going to end up loving them. Watch them be awful people. Yeah. Watch them just be the villains. The
villains of the season. He just turns around and smiles Steve Allen, you gave 99 cents and then followed it up with $1.99. Villain. You're an expert. Thank you, Steve. I very, very much appreciated it for the super chats. Definitely had to beat that 187, but Cindy Wigglesworth said, my sister Kelly was on Survivor, and I got $20 from Kelly one time, and I'm gonna donate it to the crew. Is Victor here? Is that Victor? I don't know.
Is Victor in here? Hi, Victor. He's in here.
I haven't been watching the chat as much because we're now streaming through a different platform, and I'm kind of just making sure everything's going well. So tonight's a little rough, and
it is him.
Hey,
it's with the same name. I can't technically prove it's him, but it's the same name.
Welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Again, we don't give it a lot of information about you guys, so we have to go based on the worst thing you could do, but that's what this country's all about, judging you based on what you look like and what you do for a living. So that's
Victor,
all.
I have a question. If you were here, were you watching our stuff before you went on the race? That's the real super fan move. I want to know that.
Because it's been proven.
Never miss an episode. If he's talking about us,
Whoa.
we're gonna have some good insight to the race.
All right, so let's change it up. They could finish 4th or 5th with just the knowledge from the races recap. So that just gets you to 4th or 5th. If you watch every episode of Races Recap, you're guaranteed 4th or 5th on the race. It's proven fact.
Oh my goodness.
Proven fact.
It's proven fact. Look it up. No, but again, there's nothing that says great racers. Something that says America's favorite. Like if they start doing that, America's favorite house guest thing for America's favorite races, they'd probably win $25,000 for that.
Oh,
but you know, like they do have the husband and wife thing going on, and like male female couples in particular, I think are the winningest category of contestants on the race. So there is something about that dynamic that, as sometimes dysfunctional as it can be, ends up creating a really strong team, because we do tend to find somebody that balances us when we, spouse up.
Well, speaking of spousing up, we got Joel and Ian. I think they are significant others.
Joe and Ian.
Yeah, Joe and Ian. Yes, they are engaged. One's 34, one is 40, from New York City. Look like they're young, in shape, in love, smiling. Not too much. If you look at them, they kind of look like they could both be very intense. I could see that, like there's like this intensity underneath their eyes. I think this could be a team to look for. I think this, though, is the team that people are going to U-turn, because they look like strategy. They look like they'd be.
Yeah, I know. I think they're going to be the nice people that no one's going to want to U-turn. It's kind of like U-turning me and mom. Like no one was ever going to U-turn me and mom. Like we could have. Justin, you would not.
No, I would never.
You wouldn't have. You can make that face. You would not have.
I had the chance 3 times. I didn't do it. So
you may now, but in the time you weren't.
No.
Like I lied to your face, Justin, and you still liked me.
Yeah. No, I liked you, and I respect. I gained a tremendous amount of respect for you after the first bike race. Tremendous amount of respect for you, and then that carried over to your intelligence, and I watched the way you play, and so I gained more respect for you. That's why I wanted to work with you, because I figured.
Oh, I want to play it then so bad. You have no idea, guys, how bad I want to go back.
Well, Mama's ready. She's been running more than Forrest Gump since the
Mom's season. Ready too. Both of us would leave right now. We'd have the call right now. We're out.
All right, so I think this team's going to do well, but I do think this is going to be the U-turn target. I think this is going to be the team that's maybe a little too Big Brother-esque. That's strategy and trying to partner up, and I don't know. They just seem a little more good.
I think they're going to be a hot mess.
Oh, really?
I think they'll make it. Like they'll do okay because of their fitness and their youth, but they're just in some of like the interviews and things that I've read in their banter. And again, this is hard because it's like written interviews, so you're not seeing all the body language and everything, but it seems like they could potentially be really catty and fighting with each other a fair amount. So I could be totally wrong, obviously, but we're here to judge. So that's my guess. I think that they're gonna have some challenges in their communication that may lead to disaster.
And I don't think we've commented on this yet. I love that they're doing like the whole post-production things outside of a studio again. Like they're doing to a location, they film some stuff in some woods and some trees. Like for a few seasons, they stopped doing that. I think it started around like your season, Jen, where they started putting it like in a studio on a green screen. And I'm glad they're getting away from that.
Oh, we weren't in blue. What?
When you did your turns, like the.
That stuff. Yeah, just for the intro.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we did ours. We were in a park somewhere.
Oh, it took forever. Ours, like that 3-second shot of us doing like this.
It took
was like 4 hours of time for that one shot.
Yeah, that was it. So, all right, we think they're going to be strong, potential hot mess, potential for getting U-turned.
Oh, I'm hoping for the hot mess now. Like I'm living for her fantasy.
This is the team. This is the team from Idaho that 42 years old, 43 years old. Joel and Garrett, best friends, I love their vibe. I love their energy, and I am rooting for them to go to the finals. I want to see these two in the finals. I don't know. I just get the best vibe from them. No chance. Okay.
No chance.
No
I
way.
just get such a great vibe
No
from them.
way.
Their nickname is Team
Yes,
Dad Bod.
You're
Like,
enthusiastic.
they're
No
I'm not
way.
saying they're bad people. I think they're going to be entertaining as heck.
Yeah.
But like
Yes.
the people who self-recognize as hashtag Team Dad Bod probably aren't making it to the final of the Amazing Race.
Come on, Team Dad Bod Amazing Race. Listen, our season finale had 3 dad bods. What are you talking about?
I think
Not
it was
this
like
Dad Bod.
Wright's Dad Bod.
Pretty far dad bod.
All right. Well, I'm rooting for them. I really enjoy their vibe. I love just everything that they've shown. Every time they show them, I don't see like that fake cheesiness. I see like this genuine happy. They're just going to enjoy every leg of the race and reduce the amount of stress. I just hope they don't make stupid mistakes because they enjoy it too much.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to be one of the first 3 teams.
No!
Well, I think so. I agree with James Earl.
No!
But when asked, what do you think is the most important skill required to win the Amazing Race? They say, I don't know if you would call it a skill. This is Garrett, but I have to go back to positivity. I feel like if you're constantly positive and telling yourself, no matter what the challenge is, I can do this, rather than I can't do this, you're going to get through any challenge. Well, I don't think that they're necessarily wrong. I don't know that positivity alone gets you to very far.
Well, I am good.
Like, you
I'm
can
going
get
with like
positive vibes, and they'll be fun to watch. I'm very excited to
they're
watch.
giving that. Oh shucks, guys. Oh shucks.
You know what they remind me of? Who was the NFL broadcaster from last year? It's that.
Rex
energy.
Ryan.
Rex Ryan. That's this energy, right?
No.
So it's a team like, oh, I want to watch them, but you know they're not going to make it very far.
They're going to the finals. They're big fans of Races Recap somehow, and they're gonna make it. I don't know. I'm rooting for them. This is the team that I think potentially looks like the favorites, but I don't think they're gonna do well personally.
I just love the big bushy beard and the mustache.
That they got style. They're gonna be very memorable because of the mustache and the beard, and they could be a team, one of those teams that, like the Cowboys, that get really loved because they're just like so happy, or like team fun. So
They're like Bopper and Mart.
Oh,
Right?
stop! Bopper and Mark, listen, they have a chance. Okay, Bopper and Mark never have a chance of winning. They're just like really nice people that you hope get some money. All right, so Liam and Yeremi. They're 23-24 brothers. One lives in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and San Marcos, Texas. Obviously, they are in great shape. They got incredible smiles and awesome hair. But does awesome hair help you on the Amazing Race? I don't think it does. One is a Navy vet, and one's a Marine Corps vet. All right, so one's in the Navy, one's in the Marines. Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness.
Hi.
Oh, there's another little nugget in the corner.
They both here. These are my. This
Oh
is
my gosh, you're so big. Hi.
season 50 of the Amazing Race. This is
Yeah.
the green
The
team.
Amazing Race is great.
This is the green
Yes.
team.
Daddy is great.
Say good night. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night.
Hey,
Good
Daddy.
night.
Good night, everybody.
Come-
Night night.
Hey, Daddy.
Wow.
You can come in my bed when you're ready.
Okay, thank you, buddy. All right, stop hitting the. Stop hitting. I love you, Henry.
Love you, Dada.
Oh.
Oh my God, I'm so lucky. Good night, family. I am the luckiest dad there.
Justin, am I on speaker there? Or am I just here?
No, they can't hear you.
Okay. They are so cute. Are we sure they're yours?
The second one, not so much because he's got like these beautiful blue eyes. My mom had blue eyes, but it could skip it anyways. But and he likes like handiwork. He likes the lawnmower. He likes things like I'm never into those. That's not my style. So I'm thinking maybe one of the
Mostly
handymen.
Diana. Mostly Diana.
Yeah. No, they're absolutely perfect.
They look so much like you and her. Literally, if you just mush the two of y'all together, it's them. They're so freaking cute.
I'm a lucky dada. Okay, speaking of lucky dadas, the dada for these two, Navy veteran, Marine Corps veteran, brothers, same age, too similar, too much of a threat because they're military, they're young, good looking.
I could see this
They
going
kind
either
of have
way.
like, yeah, they kind of have like surfer vibes. Like I was not expecting like Navy and Marine Corps background, but that I do think that that's an advantage. I think there's a certain mentality and a sense of discipline that serves you well, like a resilience factor and a, you know, never quitting thing. But their youth may, you know, they're, I don't know if they have the worldliness piece to really carry them the whole way, but they could be good.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good. I definitely don't see them going out like for top bottom three or anything like that. I don't see winners in them. Again, you know, I fall back on my line of very similar growing up, very similar sets of skills. Some I think it might be a little too similar, and then one thing that neither of them can do is just gonna bash them up. They can't play this piano note. They can't sing. They're not good at balancing or things on their head, whatever. Like, it's something simple like that just can make a difference, and I think that's what's going to get them ultimately. All right, so this is the team I am not sure about at all. Morgan and Lena. Morgan and Lena. When you look at Morgan and Lena, you're like, okay, nothing extremely crazy jumps out at you, but you got a 31-year-old, a 29-year-old, sisters, another East Coast, West Coast vibe. One's in Brooklyn, one's in L.A., one's got the braids, one's got the mom do. Like, okay, maybe they did live different lifestyles. Maybe they have different skill sets. Maybe they could be an interesting team, a girl-girl team, a strong girl-girl team that can finally, you know, compete and get to the finals again. But I'm not quite sure. I don't have enough information. What are you thinking? As the only female here, looking at this female team on one of the strongest female teams ever to run the race, what do you see when you're looking at these two, Morgan and Lena?
I want more information. There's nothing that jumps out from their background and even like the physicality part. Like
They both work in marketing.
They both work in market. I think that, you know, I didn't agree with it in terms of me and Christy, because I think one of the reasons you thought we weren't going to be strong is because we were too similar. But I do kind of see that in these two, that they might just be too similar, and I don't think they have the athleticism to kind of make up for
their shortcomings
where they lack elsewhere.
What are you thinking, James Earl?
Well, now I'm thinking, what did I say about Jen and Christy back in the day? Because now I'm worried. But,
I was always a fan.
I honestly find them pretty mid right now.
Okay.
It's hard. I don't have a strong feeling either way, right? I don't think they are someone that's going to crash and burn. I don't think that they're going to be someone that comes first and second every leg. I think they're pretty mid.
Mid
initial impressions.
Okay, I could definitely see that. They were the biggest question mark for me as far as like potential. They could be extremely, you know, they could be top 3 team, or they could just be one of those middle of the packs. And I'll be able to tell after the first leg, I think. All right, this is another tough-looking female team, Robin and Chelsea. You look at these girls, they got a little muscles going on. There's some tats, you know, flexing back-to-back like guy stances, you know, that flex stance. All right, so what do you think when you're looking at these purple vibes here?
I think this picture of them is a lot tougher than the interview of them. I don't know if you saw like the minute interview. When I saw this picture, I was like, oh, these ladies are going to be scary.
Yeah.
And then in the interview, the vibes weren't quite that. They seemed pretty chill.
Well, they're both stay-at-home moms, 41 years old.
Yeah. And sometimes a little too chill is not great in the race. You have to have some fire in the race.
Yes. So they look like the fun moms, right? But that doesn't mean that you're good at tasks. That just means you're probably really fun, and the kids in the neighborhood probably love you guys.
Let's be honest. Every person that's ever been on the race, for the most part, there's a couple exceptions, are pretty fun people in general, right?
Yeah.
None of these people are just like, on any given day, any of these people are going to be the life of the party, whatever party they're at.
Right.
But we're putting them all at the same place and comparing them to each other.
Right. Well, yeah, it's to stand out in a group of people who stand out.
Correct.
Yeah, it's tough. I want them to do well. I don't see them doing that great. The stay-at-home mom thing is always fun, and I love to root for stay-at-home. Oh, stay-at-home moms are the best.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this one.
Hey,
Gosh.
buddy.
He just got back from a walk, but he fell asleep on Dad's shoulders halfway through the walk.
Was he walking, or was he like snowboarding down like a double
It's like
black
more of a
diamond?
hike in the neighborhood.
What you munching on, bud?
Was it fruit?
What are you eating? Fruit snacks.
Oh, yummy, yum, yum.
You're never go wrong with fruit snacks. Fruit snacks are
No.
delish. All right, fruit snacks. What's your favorite fruit snacks in chat? We all have them. Let's go. No. Oh, that is so beautiful. All right, so we're talking about the stay-at-home moms. Is there any advantage to being a stay-at-home mom on this race?
Well, hey, I wouldn't have said so, going into last season. I didn't expect Molly and Emily to be as strong as they were.
Yeah. Only James Earl did. We all laughed at him when he picked.
Yeah.
We were all like, what?
I had a feeling.
So,
My dad had a feeling.
there is a certain amount of situational awareness when you are a mom in general, whether you are a working mom or a stay-at-home mom, when you are around your children, to be able to pay attention to them and still have this sense of everything else that's going on around you. That actually is a skill that is insanely helpful in the race, because it allows you to be able to kind of focus on the task, but also observe, what other people are doing, like the next thing that you need to do, and keep you kind of moving. So
That's
I'll
awesome.
say there's some advantage to that.
That mom peripheral vision. You can see stuff in the peripherals. They're like, oh, I got you. I got you.
But it helps sometimes when you're like really sleep deprived. You're trying to like Hawkeye something in the crowd. Hey,
You know how to function without sleep. That's the other thing, back in the newborn phase, and my husband is just like, I don't know how you do it. I'm like, they're my babies. Like I can function on very little sleep. So you learn how to do that as a mom.
Yeah, so
that does carry over to the race.
There are some advantages to being a stay-at-home mom. So we'll see if it pays out for these two lovely ladies. And here is another team that could be America's favorite team right here. A father-son, Rob and Corey. One of them, is he deaf or mute? Sorry.
Rob is deaf.
Rob is deaf. Okay, so Rob and Corey. Rob is a teaching assistant and an assistant football coach. Corey is a senior manager of strategy and analytics. So he's good at strategizing and analyzing situations. Dad's a football coach and a teacher. I think that's two really good skill sets that could balance each other out. I don't know how his I don't know, there's a disability. I don't know how his impairment is going to hurt him on the race. If I'm using the wrong words, I apologize.
Here, yeah, and I'm curious about that too. How will deafness play out? Because in some ways that could be really beneficial in terms of blocking out any kind of distraction. But at the same time, if you need your partner's attention, or and they're not directly looking at you, that could be tricky.
Oh, like Will and James season, you had to hear the songs from 3 different places, and you can't even hear them.
We've had this before, though, where with Margie and Lude. So what they'll do in those roadblocks is they'll say, like, like in the times, it'd be like, Margie has to do this roadblock if it was like a sound one. Because I think there was like the karaoke thing on the All-Stars. I think it was Japan. It was an East Asian country, but like they specifically say it. It's kind of the same with the Globetrotters, when one was too tall for the roller coaster and they said this person has to do it. So there are certain adjustments that the race will make, but I don't think that is a disadvantage for him. I'm going to be honest, though. I'm fighting a little hard. This was my favorite team of the 13. This was my faves.
Oh, wow.
Mainly because Rob seems like the person that does not take himself too seriously. Like he was like cracking jokes, and Corey would say something and Rob would just like make a face at when Corey was saying something. And I think he doesn't take himself too seriously, which I also think can help him, especially with that father-son dynamic, right? I keep going back to it. The father, the parent that can like chill, see him as a partner and get through this are the teams that are going to be successful for the parent-child teams.
Yeah.
I think they've had to sorry, Justin.
No.
Like they have to be good communicators, right?
Yes.
And so there's that, I think, could be a huge advantage. So I'm rooting for this team, and think that they actually have a background that could.
There's two
And-
problems with parent-child teams: the attitude that the parent has towards the child, and the attitude that the child has towards the parent.
Yes.
One of them is usually not patient enough, and I think because of his disability, that they've both learned patience over the years to communicate. Like they're going to have to be patient with each other to communicate properly, and I think
Well,
that's
here's
going to be a
another thing,
benefit.
too, that you don't think about. So as you get frustrated on the race, there's a lot of subtle nonverbal cues that sometimes you won't pick up on the race with your partner. And I feel like Rob and Corey, a lot of their communication, although somewhat through sign language, a lot of sign language also is nonverbal cues. It's facial expressions, it's body language, it's things like that.
Yeah.
So they've had, how old is Corey? 25 years at
Mhm.
least of those nonverbal cues. That's going to take you so far in the race to figure out, like, look, my partner's getting a little frustrated. Let me pull back just a smidge instead of waiting for that kind of explosion.
All right, I know that you're on an hour, and we're trying to get you out here. We'll get these.
Sorry, I'm like rambling.
No, we got last two teams, and then we'll do our top three, bottom three, and we'll be out of here. All right, so last two teams got the cutie patootie over here, little Southern Belle with Daddy, who's probably got a shotgun waiting to shoot you if you're looking at his daughter. All right, so we're looking at Steve and Anna Lee. Steve and Anna Lee. Steve looks like the tough dad. She looks like the classic, like, cheerleader, homecoming queen girl. When you're just looking at him. But you know, we could be in for a surprise.
She looks like a Spitfire. She's a Southern Texas belle, and I love it.
A 54-year-old residential commercial paint contractor, and she is a 28-year-old speech pathologist, easy for me to say, and a private flight attendant and upcoming influencer. So, okay, she's got a little bit of all of it. What are we thinking
You know who
about?
else was a speech pathologist? Krista, and she was also a Spitfire.
Yes, she probably had the same outfit when she started. The stretch pants with that, like, long sleeve t-shirt. All right, so what do we think about a father-daughter, Steve and Anna? Impressed?
Not seeing them winning. I always have a soft spot in my heart for a father-daughter team, but
No.
you know, I think Dad's job probably has a certain amount of physicality, Steve's job, so that will be helpful. But I don't know that they have yeah.
They have what it
I
takes.
see them in the back half of the race.
Back half.
Yeah. I see them like at least top six.
They'll definitely have communication problems. They will
You
100%.
think?
I think so, yeah. I think, like, he's going to, expect a certain amount of respect. And she's going to be like in influencer mode, kind of like, I also need to have a certain amount of respect because this is my
I
career.
didn't think about that. I hope she doesn't go into influencer mode on the race. I like when people are just like natural.
Yeah, it could be wrong. It's just a thought. Just a thought. Like, he says something snarky and she's like going to protect her reputation and snark back, like, type of thing. Like, it could come into play. We'll see. All right. And finally, Todd and Ashley. This looks like the strongest male-female team to me. Todd and Ashley. Yeah, I look at them and I see, like, okay, that they could work out pretty well. They could make it far. They have he looks like he's in tremendous shape. I don't know. Is that mom? Is it Todd and Ashley's mom? Hold on. Scroll. I was like, is that his mom? Yeah, it's his mom. Right? Oh no, that's his.
No.
No,
Todd and Ashley are
they're
married.
married.
The married sweetheart. Sorry, it's underneath his mom.
You thought that picture was a mother-son?
I wasn't looking at the ages over here. Son. Listen, I'm sorry. Okay, now they're gonna hate me forever.
They're not from Alabama, Justin. Alabama.
All right, just take it. What do you think about these two? Just take it away. Get away from me. Get off of me.
Who did that?
I think they're going to be a pretty strong team. I think he's going to carry them a little bit. I think she's mostly, it's from what I've seen, it seems like she's there to have a good time, and he's pretty competitive. He's a special ed teacher, which is a job that requires an immense amount of patience. So I think that, like, again, the teaching thing can be really helpful. Having patience, hopefully that carries over to his partner. It doesn't always. But I think that they have the potential to do pretty well.
All right. What do you think of James Earl? High school sweethearts, 38 years old. They've been together for a long time, over 20 years.
Yeah, I think the patience is going to help them. This is a team that I think is going to go in a little overconfident and may stumble early.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, Jen has got to go, so let's get to it. Bottom three. Jenna. What do you got, Jen? Bottom three.
I would like everyone to see. Hang on one second, Hudson. These were my notes.
Oh my goodness. His notes are better.
They look like Joey's. They look like Joey's notes.
Can I scroll on this for a second, honey? Hang on.
All right.
So give me a moment.
I can go first. Bottom three.
Go ahead. Bottom three.
So I think Joel and Garrett.
All right.
I'm going to say Alexandra and Sheridan and Elizabeth and Ileana.
Joel and Garrett, Elizabeth and Eliana.
We missed a team, you guys.
Who did we miss?
The fourth female team. Robin and Chelsea.
Oh, no, those are stay-at-home mom comments. We spoke about them and you came back with your son and we're talking about the stay-at-home.
We were the stay-at-home moms.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Perfect. Then we did.
All right, so that's your bottom three. I don't like that you have my peeps in your bottom three.
I don't like that you put those people as higher ups.
Come on. All right, who else got bottom three? What do you got? Did you both do it?
So I had two of the same. I also had crap. Where is my? I had. Oh wait, I think I did. I had Andrea and Melena.
Okay, Philly Jones.
Bottom
Joel three.
And Garrett.
No, would you stop picking on my boy?
You don't put them in the bottom of three. You're kidding yourself.
And who is my third bottom three?
Not Joel and Karen. I can't believe you. Can't believe you.
Alexandra and Sheridan.
Uh-oh. Bottom three going Alexandra and Sheridan. Uh-oh. A little too smart for your britches.
What are your bottom three, Justin?
My bottom three are the Philly Johns. Easily the Philly Johns going to be in the bottom three. I also looking... unfortunately, I think Jocelyn and Victor will also be in the bottom three. And then my surprise bottom three team is going to be Joe and Ian is going to be a bottom three.
All right.
Early U-turn. They're going to have to be an early U-turn in the game, and they're going to get a U-turn, and it's going to be a single U-turn. And then only one team's ever come back from a single U-turn. That was season 27. All right. All right, let's go top three. James Joe, top three.
Top three. I'm going to say Rob and Corey.
Brett
and John. And then
there have been 8 Coreys that have run the Amazing Race, and none of them have finished below 4th.
Well, I like my odds then. And then I'm going to throw a little wrench in there. I'm going to throw a little curveball and say Steve and Anna Lee. I'm going to get 2 parent-child teams in this finale.
Whoa. Steve and Anna Lee, Rob and Corey, and who was the third?
The Brett and John.
Greg and John. Ooh, okay. I like
all families in the finale.
Wow, all families.
All
right, Jen, what do you got? What do you got? Then you can get out if you need to.
Sorry, I muted myself.
No worry. Top three.
Okay, my top three. Hang on one second, honey.
But are you coming to here?
Okay.
Down here.
Hey, can you be quiet for a second?
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Back to me.
Okay. All right. So my top three. My top three: Joel and Garrett.
Shut up, Justin. You are not taking this serious.
They will be third. They will finish third. Somebody's going to drag them along. I want Joel and Garrett. I want Rob and Corey. I don't know if they're going to be like that bubble 4th team. But I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick Rob and Corey. I'm going to pick Joel and Garrett. And then I'm going to go with Todd and Ashley, with that nice 38-year-old couple. Been dating for a while, a lot of respect for each other. That's my top three. Joel and Garrett surprised in the top 3. Stop hating on Joel and Garrett. Rob and Corey could be America's favorite team. And then Todd and Ashley, always solid to have a male-female. So that's our top 3, bottom 3, just from the 60 seconds of video we've actually seen of these people.
Combined, since you said it's a 13 games.
Total.
Yeah. So we'll make some final picks next week as they head to Thailand. They're gonna start in.
Jen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my top 3 are I'm going Jocelyn and Victor.
Hey.
Whoa.
It's me, Mommy.
Rob and Corey,
Mommy.
and Todd and Ashley.
Mommy.
We all like
I like
Rob
it.
and Corey.
I like them. They're all in my top half at least.
Okay. So we share a couple. We each share a couple, and we each have one in our bottom 3 that's in somebody else's top 3.
Well, one of us can be wrong on that, Justin.
Stop it, okay? They're gonna smile their way to victory, baby. If the Cowboys can do it, these guys can do it. The Cowboys
Well,
are
the
terrible.
Cowboys also had some physicality behind themselves too.
You're right. They're both professional athletes that people forget. And when they complain that the professional athletes on the show and they love the Cowboys, they're professional athletes. Both of them were professionals at what they did. They were the best at what they did.
Listen, no one that's ever been on the race is a completely normal person. You wouldn't be on the
Absolutely.
race if you were a completely normal person.
Absolutely. All right, so that's ended here.
So when's All Stars?
When's
I
All Stars?
want to know because I'm telling you, I would murder
coming
some
up.
people to do it.
My second kid's here, so
Let's go,
we
Jen.
got that out of the way.
I'm gonna push for challenge because I think there'll be a challenge, your chance to jump on the challenge before there'll be another All Stars. I'm hoping, trust me. But I'm gonna push for Jen on the challenge. I want to see somebody represent. We're getting bullied. We have 2 players
Yeah,
on.
I know.
Let's make a
We
little
need
deal.
some-
Whenever we did the call, we name drop everyone else like a kitchen timer.
You know it, baby. You know it.
Other 3 of us, you just keep naming their names, keep peppering those names in the head, so the 4 of us can get on that show together.
That's it. I'm all about it. Let's
That
do
would
it.
be so fun.
Germany, India, Ireland, Slovenia, Sweden, Washington, Vietnam. These are some of the places they will be heading this season. Going to be an incredible year. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. I got an incredible staff come back year after year. I don't know why, but I appreciate them, and I love each and every one of you. And every one of you that comes and spends time here, I know it's the most valuable thing that you have, so thank you so much for spending it with us. And those of you who left some tips and donations, it all really helps. Thank you very much for that. We are all super fans, and I'm glad I get to yap about my favorite show with some cool people. So thank you all, and let's get to tweeting or Xing on Wednesday. We don't even know what they call it. I'll see you Wednesday.
Talk about it.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.